Okay, we are live. Are we live for real? Are we live for real? That's, it seems like. Hopefully. Oh, let me check that now. Because I'm gonna have to share that in the group. Yours truly is there. Let's share this out here. Share in a group. Go crispy, e-com strategy. Most kept, most Facebook. Here we go. Facebook most kept secret. Aha. Okay. Let's see that in the group. Gonna show this here. We're gonna see if we can give that as well on. I'm live. Or YouTube. Yeah. Finally, we are live. So, gonna refresh this here. Took me forever, guys. Sorry if it took me forever, but we had a problem again with the streaming, and that was pretty awful. So let me share that as well on the public page. Let me see if I can share that on my timeline. Facebook most kept secret. Ouch. Something went wrong here. Let's try that again. Oh, Leroy, my friend. I think you're going to like that because we're going to talk about a bit what you told me about the thing that you wanted me to create in PDF and share that with you. So that's gonna be there. Let's move this here. I'm trying to share. It's incredible how it became super hard. Hey Bad, hey Dan, hope you're doing great. It became super hard to stream. I don't know, like for a couple of days, almost a month now, I'm having hard time to really to do this. What is that? Okay, Facebook best kept secret live. Here we go. Let's see if that's gonna work on my timeline, personal timeline. Let's see how I can take some real estate place on Facebook right now. And I'm gonna turn that in because we want to advertise a bit Goth Rider. We're plugging it. Okay, guys, there's a lot of people here inside. Yeah, the DPA blueprint, pretty good stuff. PDA sounds good. Absolutely, my friend, you're gonna get that as well. I might check my my window here and there. I'm just gonna close that here because I'm having like multiple windows right now to check the comments from each feed. Hopefully. Okay, guys, I think we're pretty much ready. And thank you for your patience. I think that we are going to find a way to fix that. I've just subscribed to Restream. So with Restream now, I'm able to stream on Periscope, on YouTube, and on Facebook. Now I'm streaming on one page, which is my fill page. Just give me a minute, please. I'm back. I had to close the door before the cats come in. Gets in. So right now I'm able to stream on all this thing, and I can add up more. Next step will be to be able to stream in much more places. And Gary, I'm gonna record this for you. I'm just finishing up things here to make sure that everything is set. Okay, so everybody wants to know what is Facebook best kept secret for e-commerce, because basically this is what we're going to talk about is e-commerce, and what is their famous arsenal, what's their let's say what is their number one weapon. So their weapon is totally crazy. It has been created back, if I remember, in 2015. It started all with what we call dynamic product ads. But when it started, it was super basic. It has barely a sense of dynamic stuff, you know? So it was not creating ads on the fly. It was creating a bunch of, in the carousel basically, because it started with a carousel. The carousel was showing a bunch of ads together. This ad can got refreshed up to a certain point, but it was always the same static ad basically. So you can took it back and reuse it for other ads. That was great at that time because you could use all the engagement, the comments, the likes, and all this kind of stuff that was happening on this products, on this ad itself. I think probably 8 to 10 months ago, or a bit more than that, Facebook changed that, and it's where it became really dynamic, which means that everything inside, let's say, the carousel type of canvas, not the canvas ads, but the canvas of a carousel became dynamic. So each handle, each space for the picture, each places inside was basically dictated from the feed and from the pixel also. So everything was really dynamic. It's really where everything became dynamic. And this changed, this was a change for the best, because what was going to come was the part that we are using now, which is the prospecting mode, the broad mode that some people can say. So the DPA now is not only a tool for retargeting, but it's a tool for prospecting, and that is changing the game. And the reason why is Facebook allocates a space for that type of ads. So while most of the people, like we say that over 60% right now are using videos, which is great because video gives good results. You get, you know, cheap views. You get traction and faster engagement than a normal photo post. And that is cool. But the thing is, there's only 7% that is used by the DPA right now, which is very small. But for e-commerce, it's probably the most important part of it, because it was built basically for e-commerce. It was built because of e-commerce. And the reason is you couldn't put, you know, there was some sort of a limit at a certain time where you could put as much as picture and ads in the feed. And the feed, as it grew, there was much more competition. So you were fighting for the same space, and it's where the ranking algorithm had to come in place and change that a bit, and performance changed as well during that time. So when you're seeing a lot of change here and there, it's a lot of stuff happening under the hood. Sometimes we know why, because we're able to figure out what's happening, and sometimes, I mean, it's straight out like of nowhere, things are changing. So the thing with the dynamic product ads, why it is so powerful, and especially with retargeting, with sequencing, and also with prospecting, cross-selling, upselling, basically all the stuff that is available right now is because you can tailor that to the customer's journey. So you can really tailor that to the customer's journey of a client. Oh, and I forgot to record that. Sorry, Gary, but you're gonna lose probably a part of this or not. Let me check here. Okay, no, we're going to take the recording from the Facebook feed directly, so that won't be a problem. So when it comes to the customer's journey, this is where I want to jump in right now, because I think that's the most important part to understand. I'm going to switch my screen here. I'm going to do something that hopefully that is going to work, because today it's a special day. We're testing new streaming stuff right now. So let me check that here. We're gonna remove that there, and we're gonna move here, and hopefully you will see what I mean. Okay. My God. Are we live? Oh my God. That's funny and not. So guys, I think you can hear me now. And no one messaged and told me that. Thank you, Leroy. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. Oh. That's the fun thing about live. So there was no sound. There was no sound. Jeez. Sadly, but surely, what's going on? Let me check here. What can I do? Thanks, guy, for hanging out with me. I see that there was a couple of people that was watching the screen, but they weren't hearing anything. Guys, thank you. I love you. That's what we call true fans. No audio, bro. Here we go. I was on the wrong page. Diane, thank you very much. That's the problem, you know? You're streaming. Yeah, I didn't saw the post because I was looking at another screen and I didn't saw this one. And thanks to Leroy to call me while I was wondering what's happening. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm not gonna redo everything because I talked so much. But I'm gonna redo that part now that you're seeing on the screen. Okay, I'm gonna redo that at least because I think that's important for you. And yes, because if not, I mean, it's gonna take forever to redo everything. So basically, the part I'm gonna redo right now is about the customer's journey. Okay, so customer's journey, we're talking about people that in awareness phase, interest phase, consideration phase, and purchase phase. And like I was saying, purchase is not the end, is the beginning, basically. Beginning is where everything really starts to happen. Okay? So that's one thing here. We talked about the customer journey, and like I said, I mean, anyway, all this kind of stuff you will find in the paid training of the ultimate blueprint. You will be able to review everything, but what I'm giving you tonight is extra stuff, so you can understand more what's tied to that, and especially how you can use the dynamic product ads to that. Okay, so if you really understand the concept behind people that are aware of are getting aware from the products, getting interested into, then after that they build confidence. Then we need to help them to make decision with the consideration and then the purchase. So each of these are tied to an event in Facebook. So awareness, we want to see if people clicks, view, if even there's CTR, you know, we want to make sure to see if there's real engagement attached to that. Interest is where we are going to see if people add it to cart, favorite, there's an app to do that, and add to wish list. Okay, adding to wish list is very important. It's an easy way to grab emails from potential customers, to retarget them, and as well to send them emails as well. You know, so you want to send them a list of you want to send out a sequence of email to tell them they didn't forget what they put in their wish list. You can do some discounting. You can do a bunch of promos regarding everything they put in their wish list, and that's super powerful. Lots of big stores are using that. I can tell you that makes a huge difference at the end. And sometimes it's what they need. You know, it's really in terms of what they need, so you can help them, bring them into consideration, help them to take a decision and to purchase. Okay. So the audience type that you want to run when you're building awareness. When you're building awareness, it's everything from broad, lookalike audience, even if it's similar audience to what people bought, they're totally different people, okay? And one thing that's going to be very important is each of this awareness audience, you need to exclude any custom audience you created from these, okay? And the reason why is Facebook tends to show ads to people that have the highest intention of the action that you're looking for. So if you're looking for people to buy, they will look for buyers. But if you have part of this buyers that already bought from your site and they're part of this broad audience or lookalike, Facebook tend to show them first there, you know? So that's one thing, I mean, you want to avoid is to really remove emails, remove any event type of audience, any URL type of audience, every single thing, okay? So you don't want to mix that there. Then interest part. So these are some of my top favorite audience. Homepage, you want to target homepage. You want to target collection page, products, groups of products, similar products together, okay? Audiences, what I'm saying. Audiences based on homepage, collection, products. Engage with posts and ads, okay? Everyone that engaged with an ads or a post in the last 7 days. And any type of events after. Okay, that's what you want to do for interest. Consideration, anyone that added to cart. Messenger, if you have any sequence in Messenger, and also Messenger in terms of you can create an audience engagement based on people who message to you. But also you can, there's a way also to do prospection through that also. So that's another thing also that you could use at a certain point. And purchase, I mean that's super simple. It's purchase. There's only one audience there, and that's it. That's all. Now, the time that you should use. The time that you should use for each of them is very important. Now, when we talked about awareness mode should be non-stop, okay? Meaning that you should run that always. The reason why is, I mean, you're always in awareness mode. Every brands are always advertising. The day you stop advertising is the day that you die. That's it, that's all. I mean, when you don't advertise, I mean, you will hardly get momentum on your stuff, you know, hardly get any traction on your stuff, you know. Yes, I mean, and I'm not talking about SEO or organic or whatever. I'm talking about real advertising, because you have to understand that advertising will bring the rest as well, you know. So that's a win-win at a certain point. But you always need to fill the water in the jar always. And to do that, that's the awareness, and the water is the ads that you pay. Here you go. Great analogy there. Then after that, interest, you know, what you should do with interest. You need to segment basically your audience that you're going to target, and you need to also have different type of copy messaging there, because you don't want to have the same thing. Remember that there's people that are in the interest where you build confidence. This is where exactly you need to tell them why they should buy from you. It's not the time to tell them, you know, you have discounts and things like that. It's why you should buy from you. What are your USP? What makes you different from all of the others? You know, you need to strengthen the relationship that you're building with them. And all this depends on the customer's journey, the type of store you have, the type of products you have. Because if you're selling like super cheap products, I mean, like I've said earlier, I mean, all this will still happen. It's just the difference, it will happen super fast, you know? The difference between a store that sells cheap stuff and fast stuff is this happen in a second. And if you're buying engagement ring, that thing can take a couple of days, weeks, or months, you know? If you want to buy a mattress, it can take 7 days, 14 days, you know, even like sometime more than that. I mean, I'm still waiting to buy my mattress right now, and we've been talking about that probably for over a year now, probably more. So I'm in the interest, but I haven't made like my decision yet. I haven't seen anything that is helping me right now to make my decision to buy a mattress. Okay, so I need help for that. And that's what you need to do, is basically you need to cut that. And I know when you look at this, it looks like a lot of work. And yes, I agree. It's a work, but you need to map it, and you don't need to start with everything. You start with blocks, and that's the reason why I've built that chart here, is to make you understand each of these steps, what you're looking for, types of audience that you can build, and then your options in terms of building them. Once you understand that, it's much more easy to draw your own chart, based on your own site, because better your customer's journey on your site than me. I know yours because I never looked at your site, or probably yes or not, depending if you're clients or not. So that's one thing here. So here, interest, the different thing is how I segment that. Okay, so I segment people, so I retarget people basically based on different days, of what they did. So they added to cart, they didn't purchase, they didn't initiate checkout, do anything from that down. I will do a 7 days, one for 14 days, and 30 days. But this, okay, you have to be careful. This depends on the type of traffic that you're running. If you're running $35 per day and you're having 35 people going into your site, your audience is going to be super small. So I will keep that to 30 days, because I want to have like quite a good size audience, at least 1,000 people in my audience, so I can start segmenting. Below that, it's going to be super hard, and even if the frequency is high, which is good, it's not going to give a good result. So it's why you're going to need to fill out the awareness here much more, because you want to figure out and nurture the people that are getting into your ad funnel. Whoa. So that's one thing here. Just checking here what we have. Taking a poll just to make sure that everything works. Okay, because I don't want like this audio goes to go out. La 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 la. Okay, good, great, everything works. Yeah, thank you. So that's it. Okay, so if after 30 days, if they are, after 30 days, I will have totally another sequence. And for me, the people, if they didn't move to the next level after 30 days, there's just no interest at all. It's not a good timing. They need to have more awareness, or they need just to get out of the funnel. They're probably not good type of audience for us. Okay. Now, consideration is going to be tighter, which means that I'm going to try to get like a 3, 7, 14 days, because they're about to buy something. So basically what I want them to trigger an action. I want them to purchase. I'm going to offer them free shipping. I'm going to offer them probably discount. I'm going to offer them going to tell them on anything that can help them to move to the next step. Because right now this is where they're the most hot. They're not just warm. They're super hot. They're about to buy, and probably they're just a competitor from you to buy. So you don't want to leave that chance. And this is where you want to have maximum frequency. This 3 days, 7 days are crucial, and depending on your store, it might up to go to 14 days. But this is super crucial because you need to get them, as hard as possible. And you can try like different creatives, different size of creative, different placement there, but you want to make sure they're going there. So imagine now that you're able to segment all this part of the stuff. It's where it's starting to make much sense also how you attribute budget there, because if you want to increase the frequency, you will have like probably higher budget, because you want to make sure they're hammered. And if after 14 days they don't buy, sorry, they're getting back in another sequence. Another sequence could be exactly the same than here, or totally different there, that you create for these people, just to see, are you still interested, or we just need to get you out of this flow, So this is crucial. This is the most important part is here. And it's not a simple add to cart sequence that you need to do. You need to do much more work there to sequence that properly. Then after that here is purchase. Purchase, what's happening is cross-sell or upsell. I would say like upsell, like we like to say. Facebook says cross-sell, you know. So you can do 1 day, 3 days, 7 days, 14 days, whatever you want here, but you need to keep it short. One thing that you want to make sure is over 60 days, if no one bought anything, ciao bello, they're out of this. I put like up to 90 days because it really depends on the customer cycle. You know, it depends on the type of products. But if you have a product basically that you can have repeat business on, this is where it's happening. You know, this is where you need to remind them. You know, so if you're selling cat litter, I mean, it makes total sense to repeat them and to say, you know, every 30 days we are sending you something, you know, every 14 days we are, you know, reminding you to buy this. You know, if it's a reminder type, is going to be some sort of different. The other thing is 1 to 3 days or 1 to 7 days, it's complementary products that you're looking, or buy the same product. So if you're buying a cable, an iPhone cable, you might the same day propose them another iPhone cable, but at 50%, you know? So that's one thing you can show them. Or you can show them a complementary product, which is a charger. So you tell them, you know, you bought this and we are offering you now the charger. What you want to do with the purchaser, even if you're not buying in the same, right away in the same order, you want to push them to buy right now again with a new order. What you want to do is to increase the frequency of buying and the LTV here, right here. That's the goal. That's the goal, okay? Higher frequency, higher LTV, okay? That's perfect. If you're able to nail that down, you will hit a certain tip point, like we say, where you can put as much money in the awareness, and this will do the rest of the job here. This is what we call the back end, basically, okay? This is what marketer likes to call about the back end. It's happening right there. And time here is just a matter of your customer cycle here, okay? So now you're going to tell me, Phil, but what's happening with dynamic product ads? I talked about the theoretical part and how you fit this all and this and that. Basically, I mean, you are going to be able to tailor that with the dynamic product ads super easily. Because inside the dynamic product ads, you have all the tools to create that kind of sequence, okay? You are, and with very less efforts, basically. Because normal efforts will mean that you need to go and upload each different product and do your stuff, you know, independently. But with dynamic product ads, you are able to segment basically product set. So imagine now you are at that phase and you say, you know what, I'm going to create a product set of only my cross sells, or only complementary product, or only that kind of price point here, okay? And I explained that in my old training. And with this kind of stuff, I mean, it makes it so much easy, and also to have the right copy, because now you can tell them, hey, I mean, don't use the word you, but basically you left something in your cart. This is at this place, or you just bought one of our products. This will be amazing to get that. But one thing that you can do is dynamic product ads lets you say, you know, if people bought this, now show them this. This is product set. So if people bought cables, show them chargers. So simply in the copy, you can tell them, because Facebook will know, hey, you bought one of our cables, iPhone cables, why not getting like this supercharger, you know? And imagine how people will be super stunned to see that, because, oh, okay, he knows he got my chargers now. He knows he got the cables. Now I'm going to get the chargers. That makes sense, you know? And now you're able to do that kind of stuff. Or even at the awareness stage, you know, they call it the upsell, basically the upsell. So you went in and you've seen one of our ugly sweatshirt, okay? But you might be interested in hoodies, in ugly hoodies, you know, things like that. You can create like that kind of combination that it's way much more personalized. And when we're talking about personalization, we know how much it's strong. You know, everyone that does any personalization right now, as store based on personalization, is killing it, and especially that time of the year. And why? Because people are starting to get gift, okay, and gift. I mean, for Christmas. And imagine now you're combining personalization with DPA with the type of products that you're doing. Imagine now that, oh, someone would just bought, you know, this cutter table, whatever, and it's engraved on it, a wooden engraved, whatever, cutting table, cutting plate. And now you tell them, you know what, this was personalized, and you tell them, you know what, we can offer you, anyone that has bought that, we can now offer you wine glasses, engraved wine glasses. Oh, boom! Imagine the type of gift that you can do. Imagine the type of bundles that you can do. And this is post-purchase, basically. After someone purchased something and they see that in the ads, they see that after in the email, they see that after in the messenger. You know, imagine the whole sequence there. What is happening, and that is why it's probably the best tool out there on Facebook. That is sadly not used almost at all. When you think that there's only 7% of people that are using DPA right now, it's a bit sad because the power really it's on DPA. All the rest, videos and all this kind of stuff, is totally awareness. You know, it's totally awareness. You want to create like the first click. You want to get their attention. But the rest, the game starts here. Like I said, the game starts here. Okay? And the game starts also with DPA. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? I want to see if that makes sense. I'm refreshing now. I'm refreshing because that's the problem with Wirecast. I cannot see the comments. I need to refresh every single whatever windows that I'm in, and I need to see if that works. Okay. Yup. Please don't erase this. I missed it. No problem, Fernando. You will see there's gonna be audio is back. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I tried, you know, there was a lot of content that sadly is not usable because no one was hearing me. I was the only one. But doesn't matter, guys. Just trying to see on my own feed right now also. I think one day I will get a live feed working correctly. I think. I mean, that's some sort of objective right now. That's a goal. Okay? So, if you think that was valuable, please tell me right now. And if it is, I will give you for free my ultimate DPA blueprint. What do you think about that? I want to see that right now. Tell me, tell me, tell me. I'm refreshing. So slow, it's crazy. So, do we have... Audio is back. Yeah, he's gonna be pissed. I was pissed. So, guys, you can download that here, okay? Download the free blueprint. Okay, in the blueprint, basically, what are you going to get? I'm gonna show you what you're going to get right now. Do you want to see that? Let's check. Da, 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 da. I think that's gonna be super valuable for you. Um, and that's gonna help you basically to scale your business. You know exactly what we showed you. So you need to put water in the jar, and you need also to segment them properly. You need them to retarget them properly. You need to get them the right messaging. But with what I've shown you, with the chart and the scheme that I've shown you, that's basically the easiest way to understand what to do. Okay, and I explained that, step by step, what you should do and all this kind of thing. The other thing also is with the advanced training, we are using Kajabi, so you can post your comments and anything like that. I will be there if you need any help. So I offer, support on the training if there's anything. Just want to make sure that you understand well and you're able to set up your first campaign, so you're good to go. So I won't do the ads for you, but I want to make sure that it is working for you. Okay. And one disclaimer, yes, you might see sometime that things are not working, or you feel that things are not working, and that's exactly the same with any type of ads. Don't get frustrated too fast. There's might be something that you didn't either understand or something that didn't work on Facebook sites, because that happens as well a lot. So the easiest thing sometimes is to take a step back, to look at what you do, and to redo things, probably sometime a bit differently, And it's a game that you need to test always. There's no anything that is magical that will bring you to the next level automatically. It's a lot of work, steady work, but also it's a lot of test. So even what I've shown you today as a matrix, you might do you might adapt it for your own business. Like I said, at a certain point, everyone has a different store, everyone has a different customer's journey, everyone deals with different type of clients. That's really, the basic to start in, and then after that you use that to understand and to chart on your customer's journey. And like I've said, at a certain point, like I was saying, someone that buys a wedding ring and someone that buys a mattress, or someone that buys a box of milk, it's totally different. They're all buyers. They're buying probably different things, but their needs are different. Their customers' journey are different. The intent of buying is different. There's a lot of stuff. So all that goes to it. So it's a lot of you need to dig into your own data. You need to understand that so you can put this pillar at the right place in your business. And this is really where you'll be able to take most advantage of this great thing, which is the dynamic product ads. It's really next level. For us, it has changed a lot of ways that we did work with clients, and much more effective also. Thank you very much, Facebook, for that. Here you go. We don't have to take that too much seriously here, but it's just it's true. It made a huge change, especially since they did that update with everything that is really dynamic now. A great tip here that I want to bring here. When you're using dynamic product ads, make sure that you're not only using carousel, use collection, use as well single ads. I'm going to talk about that in my training because it's very important. Most of the time people stick to one type of ads, but you need to test every of them, because one will give you a certain results that sometimes you might be surprised. And if one doesn't work, doesn't matter, you change to another, So it's some sort of evolutive, and you cannot stick only doing the same thing. Doing the same thing always will just leave you where you are. If you want to change something, you need to change something. Here we go. So guys, that's about it for tonight. Hopefully you got like some value from that, and I can't wait to have feedback. Yeah, I mean, give me feedback from the free guide or from the advanced training. I want to hear your feedback because I want to make this module even better. And also next training that I'm working on, I have a great training that I'm working on audiences. You know, there's multiple audiences that you can create. I've mapped a lot. I cannot say all of them because there's so many different that you can create and changes, but I've mapped most of them. And that's going to be probably the next training that I'm going to work is what type of audience, which type of audience. In the training also there's like the 5 essential audience that you should always start with when you're doing like DPA and prospecting and all this kind of stuff. So that's gonna be another chapter very soon. I'm gonna add that very soon to our training modules. And yes, and if you have any suggestion as well, I will take any suggestion regarding training. If there's something you're not comfortable with, or you want to have much more clarification, make sure that you tell me about it so I can work on that for you as well. So okay guys, so thank you very much. It was great, even if we had like some technical problem as usual. And